Hello, everyone. Welcome to our first interview of our new series. I have with me a very brilliant student, Yasha, who's doing her master's at Queen Mary University of London. But before we get started, let me just introduce myself. So, I'm Chelsea. I'm an international student from India as well. And hop in to see more about what Yashasvi has to say. So Yashasvi, it's so nice to meet you. And first of all, thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you so much for the lovely introduction. Even my own mom has not called me brilliant.
Oh, come on, you're doing computer
But
science. It has to be
yes,
amazing. So tell me a little bit about yourself. Like, what's your background? Where did you go to school? Can you tell me
makes
a little bit
sense.
about that?
Of course. So all my life,
Mm-hmm.
I've studied, I've worked everything in Hyderabad,
Mm-hmm.
which is a city in India.
Mm-hmm.
So I did my funny fact. I actually did my integrated master's course
Mm-hmm.
in my bachelor's. So it was a
Mm-hmm.
bachelor's plus master's.
Oh
It
wow.
was an integrated degree in
Oh
computer
wow.
science. It was a
Mm-hmm.
5 year integrated degree.
Mm-hmm.
So even that was in Hyderabad. And then as soon as I finished with my integrated degree, I ended up getting a job in Hyderabad as well. So I worked for
Wow.
2 years.
Okay.
So after I worked for 2 years, I kind of felt like I wanted to learn more.
Right.
So I started applying abroad, and
Right.
then I got into Queen Mary, and it was a great university,
Wow.
great
Okay.
choice, and in one of the best cities in the world.
Right.
So
True.
I was
London.
like, why
Yeah.
not?
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah,
true.
I'm here.
Wow. That's amazing. So when you did your undergrad, why did you decide to say move to the UK? Why not do your computer science program in India?
Because I'd already gotten experience of doing a master's in India.
Right.
So I'd
Okay.
already had that
Oh,
experience. So
right.
I wanted
Okay.
a different experience.
Also, like you're doing a double masters
Yeah,
then. Oh,
exactly.
wow. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's great. Okay. So can you tell me like how different would you say this program is from the one that because you've done both? Like
Mm-hmm.
how would you say it's different from India?
I okay. I don't know if this could be considered like a hot take, but
Okay.
I feel like British stressful is not
Mm-hmm.
equivalent to Indian stressful. Like Indian
Right.
stressful is stressful. British
Right.
stressful is like manageable stressful.
Right.
So I feel like it's a lot more chill. They give you a lot more time here to
Wow.
process information, to actually work on
Uh-huh.
everything,
Mm-hmm.
work on your projects, work on
Right.
your submissions.
Right.
They actually give you time. In India,
Right.
you don't have time.
That's true.
They don't give you time. And
Yeah.
I think most students are master procrastinators.
Right.
So, like, on top of procrastinating, you also need time to actually do your stuff.
Right.
So, you don't get time to do
Definitely.
anything.
Definitely. Yeah.
So, like, I feel like here it's a lot more chill. It's a lot more slower. You
Wow.
get time, even though it's just a
Mm-hmm.
1 year degree, you still get a
Definitely.
lot of time to just process information,
Yeah.
to retain your information, to practice on it. And so, I
Right.
think it's a lot more chill.
So would you say that is like would you say it's easier here than it is in India?
I think so.
You think so? Okay.
Personally, I felt that way, but I could also be thinking in that way because I've already done my master's and
Mm-hmm.
I've already worked for 2 years. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe this is just my personal opinion, but
Mm-hmm.
I think it's easier here for sure.
Okay. How about in terms of like syllabus and like teaching and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
from more of a technical point of view, like
Mm-hmm.
how would you compare the two, like India and the UK?
I think in India, I honestly didn't find that big of a difference because I
Mm-hmm.
feel like tech is tech
Mm-hmm.
everywhere.
Yeah,
So I think most apps or websites or everything, we use the same kind of technology.
right.
So I think everywhere tech is the
Tech is the
same
same. Right,
throughout
right,
globally.
right,
But definitely, I think the syllabus is a lot more detailed,
right.
and even like the small topics and small points are given and explained in a lot more detail here.
Right,
Whereas in India, you're kind of expected to do a lot of self learning.
right. Yeah,
Here, they expect us to do self learning, but they also give us enough time and
yeah,
enough resources.
yeah,
There, it's like you have no idea where to study from. You have
yeah,
nobody is there to guide you.
yeah,
Here, you have everything available. It's just depends upon you as to if
yeah.
you're that kind of motivated to actually go
Right.
and look for
And
these
look,
resources
right,
on your
right,
own.
right.
So yeah.
Okay. So how about like in terms of assessments, like how are you graded here
hmm
and how are you graded in India? Are they exams or like
hmm
like how does that work for you?
So in India, I feel like it was a lot of written exams,
Right.
a lot of rote learning for
Mm-hmm,
sure.
mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm trashing India too much, but
It's fine. You
yeah.
have to be completely honest with us. It's fine.
Yes, I will be. But yeah, I think in India it's a lot more rote learning, even
Right.
though it was a technical degree. It
Right.
was a coding based degree, but I
Wow.
don't remember doing a lot of coding.
And you still had like to
Yeah,
write
we had written
papers.
exams
Okay.
on technical stuff.
Oh wow.
And in a way, I'm not gonna lie, in a way, probably it helped because now I kind of understand, like, I remember these concepts by
Right.
memory.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like, whenever somebody brings up these old concepts, I kind of still remember
Yeah.
what the topics are
Yeah.
and what the basic gist of the topic is.
Yeah.
But here, I feel like obviously it's a lot more practical based and
Definitely. Definitely.
it's a lot more hands on. You have to do a
Definitely.
lot of coding, and then
Definitely.
definitely you're judged more on your coding skills for sure.
Yeah.
But I feel like again everything has its own pros and cons.
Definitely.
Here, yeah, the pros is it's a lot more practical, but the cons could also be that you end up, you just move on to the next project very quickly, so you might forget the previous one.
Yeah.
So it's very quick.
Yeah.
Your assignments and your submissions, they can all be on different topics, so
Yeah.
you might never go into that much of depth in one topic, so it's
Yeah.
very like shallow, like
Yeah.
your knowledge is quite like surface level.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But that is one of the cons here.
Right.
And our assessments are also very online based,
Right.
and they're open book here.
Right.
Most of them are open book.
Right.
Whereas back in India, it was all closed
Yeah,
book. It was all
definitely.
based on rote learning, on memory,
Yeah. Yeah.
and trying to replicate that in your exam. But
Yeah.
here, yeah, I find that as the
A
difference
good.
between both
Okay.
these. Yeah.
Okay. So if you could like pick between maybe doing your computer science, like now that you've experienced both, would you prefer doing it in India or would you prefer doing it in the UK?
Honestly, a combination of both
A
these
combination of both.
the
Okay.
systems would be better.
Okay.
Because yeah, here it's a lot more chill, but at the same time, I don't feel that kind of pressure
Right.
here.
Right.
But sometimes pressure is good. Pressure helps you do the
Definitely.
best that you can.
Definitely.
For
Yes.
sure. I feel
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the not in it's not directly equivalent, but if you add a little more pressure, it definitely helps you
Yeah.
put that extra
Effort.
effort into everything.
100%.
It definitely gives you that push. So I would
100%.
say like a combination of both. For
Okay.
sure.
Got it. Okay. So would you say that now coming to London, would you say that you like it or is it like a chaotic mess? Like what do you think about London? Tell me a little bit about that.
I was from a big city, so it wasn't that. I think the size didn't really scare me, but
Right.
it is scary when you're completely new to a whole new city and
Definitely.
you've no idea about the people here. You've not met anyone before.
Yeah, 100%.
I moved here like without knowing a single person.
Oh my gosh.
Like I
Yeah.
just moved here. I think I just knew my cousins and we're not even that close. Like I
Right.
barely
Right.
knew them. Like I just met them twice or thrice before coming here.
Right.
But apart from that, I didn't know anyone. So I think that was a little scary. But
Yeah.
I think now it's been 3.5 months.
Uh-huh.
Now I think London is growing on me quite a lot. I love it.
You
I
really
love
like
London.
it now.
I love
Okay.
it. I love
Wow,
the
it is, like,
diversity.
yeah, it is. I think it's the best city to live in, according to
For
like.
sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, apart from the expenses, I
Definitely.
love London. I love the transportation, love the people,
Right.
love the food, love the culture, love the. I think it's like the perfect melting pot of all
Yeah,
these cultures.
like a good mix.
It is. It's a good mix.
Yeah.
It's a great mix.
Yeah.
I love the diversity.
I love London too as well.
Yeah,
So it's
for
like
sure.
yeah, it's really nice.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so moving on to the next question. Like, what is the nerdiest joke or meme that never fails to crack you up in the computer science community?
I don't know about the computer science community, but for me, I think there's one meme, which is you obviously know Shah Rukh Khan, right?
Yeah, of course.
So Shah Rukh Khan has sleeping bags under his eyes, and then and the caption is "Coding is easy," they said, or something like that.
Wow, that's
Somebody
a good
said
one.
"Coding is easy."
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm not able to explain it properly, but I'll show it to you later.
I'm
It's
excited. I'm
hilarious.
excited to find out. Okay, so what do you think is like a typical week? What does a typical week look like for a computer science student?
Also, I'm so sorry. Coming back to my joke, I just
Yeah,
thought
no
of a very
worries.
good one.
Of course, of
It's
course.
hilarious.
Which
So,
one is it?
no, okay. So there are two languages called Java,
Uh-huh.
and there's a language called C Sharp.
Right.
Okay. So the okay. So somebody says, why do Java engineers need classes?
Why?
Because they can't C Sharp.
Oh my gosh. That's a good one, actually.
I know.
Wow.
That's hilarious because I used to work on C Sharp.
Wow.
And we used to trash on Java all the time.
So you do have a couple of jokes under
We
your
do,
sleeve.
we do. Yeah, we do.
Wow.
For sure.
Not bad. Okay.
Yes,
What was I?
you were
Yeah.
saying.
What's a typical week look like for someone who's doing
Hmm.
computer science?
I think for sure it involves a lot of coding.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, I think projects,
Mm-hmm.
submissions,
Mm-hmm.
exams, and all of these, it's a combination.
Mm-hmm.
So, more often than not, it involves a little bit of studying,
Right.
a little bit of understanding basic concepts, a little
Right.
bit of coding, a little
Right.
bit of implementing it practically.
Right.
And yeah, bunch of classes, lectures,
Right.
labs.
Right.
We also do have a lot of hands-on lab sessions, which are
Right.
quite helpful.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think mostly my week is a combination of all of these
Of all of
things.
these things. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a good mixture.
Okay.
It's always something different.
It's a good
Yeah,
balance, you
it's a
would
good
say.
balance for
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you did say that. Okay. So would you say that your week is quite packed, or is it more relaxed? Are you able to still go out, have a social life, and do all the things that you want to do?
Yeah, for sure. I
Mm-hmm.
think in any course it's very important to have a social life. It
Definitely.
really is.
Definitely,
If you
yes.
don't, then I don't think you'll be able to make the most of your student
Yeah,
life here in London.
100%. Yeah.
But yeah, I think my course is a good mixture of. I think they definitely do prioritize having a good work-life
Mm-hmm.
balance,
Yeah, yeah,
a good study and
yeah.
life balance. So
Okay.
I personally, I find a lot of time to do all like
All of the
other
things you
activities
want to
as well.
do. Right.
So
Okay.
yeah,
So
I think it's a good mixture.
it's a good mixture.
Yes.
Okay. So according to you, what do you think would be an essential skill to have if you want to do like a master's in computer science?
I think coding. Please code
Please
before you
code.
come here.
Mm-hmm.
Code a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Do multiple projects.
Mm-hmm.
Preferably have work experience.
Right.
So I think all of these are very, very important because I it's a personal
Mm-hmm.
opinion, but I feel like having work experience is very, very important.
Right.
It is so important because you grow as a person when you work. And you
Definitely.
definitely, your mindset changes when you actually
Definitely.
start being independent and start,
Yeah. Yeah.
working in real life scenarios. You
Yeah.
end up understanding what the industry needs are.
Yeah.
So your reasons for doing masters become completely different.
Mm-hmm.
So you know that you need to do a masters in order to, everybody could have their own reasons, but I feel like for your masters, it definitely helps you boost your career.
Yeah.
And it
Definitely.
gives you a little more time to study and improve yourself in a more relaxed setting,
Yeah.
in a university setting, which
Yeah.
is, I think, one of the best
Yeah.
like settings that you can have, like as an adult.
Yeah.
Because when you actually go for your bachelor's, you're still like a
A
kid,
child.
like you're
Yeah.
still a
Yeah.
kid.
Yeah.
But
100%.
when you do your masters, you're a little more mature, and you
Yeah.
you value your university life a lot
Yes.
more.
100%. Yeah.
So I think that is the difference. I feel like that is, please code, please have work experience
Yeah.
beforehand before coming to your masters, because
Yeah.
it'll help you appreciate university life a lot more, and it'll
Yeah.
help you decide what you want out of your university life.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. That's some good
For
advice.
sure.
Yeah, you guys, please code like Yasha said, otherwise you're gonna struggle a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so how are you graded? Like how does the grading system work here?
So thankfully, it's not relative grading.
Mm-hmm.
Relative grading is when you are graded based on all your peers'
Right, right,
performance as well.
right.
But thankfully, it's not relative grading. It's
Mm-hmm.
mostly, I think, based on the quality of a code,
Mm-hmm.
based on how much of plagiarism percentage that
Oh yeah, yeah,
your
yeah.
code might have.
Okay.
I think how much are you actually able to understand the question, and how
Oh,
much of it are
okay.
you actually able to implement. I think
Okay.
we are graded on all of these things, and we
Okay.
actually do get very good feedbacks as well.
Okay.
So whenever we submit, we also do get good feedback saying where we could have improved,
Okay.
where we could have done better.
Oh, okay. So it's like it's good for your like progress.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you
for
know where
sure.
you've gone wrong
Exactly.
and
You're getting your feedback, and you know exactly where you went wrong.
right.
And if you need more clarification, you can always reach out to them and ask for more clarification
Uh-huh.
based on
Okay.
where you can improve in your assessments and grades and
Okay.
projects.
Okay.
So they're always very helpful.
Wow. Okay. That's really good.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they're more than willing to help you out. So
Yeah. That's
that's
good.
a good thing.
Yeah. Okay. Have you ever, I'm sure you've had one of these, but have you ever had like a crazy coding experience, like your code is crashing or like very chaotic experience with coding?
Yeah, for sure. I think because I've worked before, I think while I was working in my previous organization, there was this one feature that we had to
Mm-hmm.
implement. And like after implementing the entire feature, my
Mm-hmm.
manager comes to me and he goes like, maybe we can actually just chuck the whole thing.
Oh my
And
gosh,
we had like
no.
spent like almost a month just working on that feature.
Oh
And like just
no.
and the worst part is you can't say anything apart from sure.
Yeah.
Because it's an so yeah, in computer science, it always happens. We work in an agile environment,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and like projects get thrown out and they
Yeah,
get discarded all the time. And I know, you shouldn't take it personally for sure.
definitely, definitely.
That is what the experience taught me. Like, don't take anything personally, but
Personally,
it still
yeah.
feels bad when you've put in so much
So
of
much of
effort.
effort. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So would you, I think you have to like develop like thicker skin
Exactly. Yeah,
to
yeah,
not
yeah.
let it
It's
get to
not a
you.
personal thing. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, you definitely must have put in a lot of
effort.
effort into that feature, but it's okay. Sometimes the feature is not good for the overall product,
Yeah,
and that's okay. That's
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Like, it's okay. You can always build upon another feature. You can always learn
Definitely.
a new feature,
Yeah,
develop a new thing,
yeah,
think about your product in a different perspective. So
yeah,
that always helps.
yeah,
So it's okay. Like, and you learn so much from the experience, right?
yeah,
At the end of the day, like, I think the learning aspect of it is the most important.
yeah.
Irrespective of whether the feature is deployed or discarded, you've
Definitely.
learned.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Wow.
Like,
Yeah. That's
your
a very,
learning
yeah,
curve.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's a very interesting perspective because I can tell that
Hmm.
because you've worked and you've done
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
double masters, like I can tell like how much of experience you've gained,
Yeah,
which
for
is so
sure.
important. So
Yes.
yeah, experience matters. Like
I know.
definitely. Yeah.
Yes.
Um. Okay. So you're doing your masters in computer science in Queen
Hmm.
Mary University.
Hmm.
So what are some things that you like and dislike about the program?
I think what I really like is that they're very helpful, like they give feedback.
Right.
And it's very, I think you can always reach out to them and ask for more feedback and
Mm-hmm.
ask for a more detailed review of your work. But at the same time, there's not a lot of personal
Mm-hmm.
touch.
Right.
Like,
Right.
there's not like a lot of one on one mentoring, there's not a
Right.
lot of personal connection that you form with your professors or with your teachers. It's very dependent on each person, on
Right.
each
Right.
individual.
Right.
So
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
program is not very catered to actually developing that
Mm-hmm.
personal connection.
Yeah.
It's very dependent on the person. But I feel
Yeah.
like it would be a lot better if it was, if we had some regular meetings
Yeah.
with
Your teachers.
professors and
Yeah. Yeah.
everything,
Yeah.
regular one-on-one meetings.
Yeah.
I know it's not feasible probably, but it would be better if
Mm-hmm.
there were
Yeah.
more meetings
Yeah.
and more. Yeah, you had more time to develop connections.
Connections. Yeah. Um. So like, what's your like class strength now? Like, is it a lot? Will
Yeah,
that be
I think we have
possible
around
with?
80,
Oh,
90
that's a
people.
lot of people.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
it
Okay.
probably it isn't feasible on an individual level. I
Right. Yeah.
agree,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I feel like at least group wise, I think
Mm-hmm.
you can have like 10 students
Yeah.
have a meeting together with the
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
professor.
To connect
Yeah, to
more with
connect.
the.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It does, even with the professor and even among
Among
yourselves, like
yourselves. Yeah,
even
it's a
among the
big
students.
class to kind of,
Exactly, it's a
yeah, yeah,
huge class,
yeah,
so you don't really have time to
yeah,
connect with everyone, to
100%.
talk, to have like a personal connection. So
Definitely.
I feel like it would be better if there was a more personal touch to it. But
Okay.
yeah.
But is there anything else like how about like teaching wise or like syllabus or anything like that? Is there something that you would
Hmm.
change or anything like that?
I think I would make it a little more, like I already mentioned, I think I
Mm-hmm.
would add a little more pressure. Like, I
Okay.
think sometimes, at least for Indian students, because we're
Right.
so used to this
The
whole,
whole, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
the
the
whole
running
pressurized
race.
environment, and it's a rat race back in
Definitely,
India.
definitely.
There's a rat race here as well, but I feel like just a little more. I think if all of us were a little more
Yeah.
challenged,
Right, right,
I
right.
think, yeah, just the syllabus should be a little more challenging.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I would have wanted. But
Mm-hmm.
so far, it's good.
Yeah.
It's, yeah.
But would you say that it's because you've done another master's that you kind of feel like it's
Again, yeah,
cakewalk?
probably it's
Yeah.
like it's
Yeah.
coming from a personal
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
place, but
How
yeah,
about like your other
I know.
peers, like what this
Yeah.
is their first masters? Like what are how different do you think it is for them? Is it as challenging or not really?
I think it is challenging for
Mm-hmm.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely is. I mean, it's challenging, but then I think again, see, because that whole element of pressure is just taken out.
Right,
So there's
definite.
not,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
there's
yeah.
not that
Yeah, I know what you
that sort
mean.
of this
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's very chill. Like, even though it is challenging,
Yeah.
you can take your time to
Yeah, yeah,
study
yeah.
your material. So there's,
Yeah.
you're not in a hurry.
Yeah. Everyone's just
Everybody
chilling.
is just chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all just like hanging out, just
Yeah,
chilling.
yeah.
So yeah, it's
Wow.
yeah.
Okay. There any other destination you would have picked for this program specifically? Like you could have gone to any other country, like say the US, Australia, New Zealand. But why did you pick the UK specifically?
Got it. So I think US is a very, very popular choice for computer science
Right. Yeah.
because the tech industry there is booming.
Right. Definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And US is a great choice for sure.
Yeah.
But I specifically wanted London because I was very interested in Europe
Uh-huh.
more than America.
Yeah.
So I think personally the geographical location was like a huge bonus for
Right.
me.
Yeah. Definitely.
And yeah, because and London being in Europe, I
Mm-hmm.
think gives me access to the European Union as well, like all the
Yeah.
countries
Yeah.
in the European Union. So I think that was one of the major reasons why I wanted to do my masters in London.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
yeah,
Yeah. That's a fair point. I mean, London is something of
exactly.
itself. Yeah.
Honestly it's a booming financial and tech hub right
Yeah.
now at
Yeah.
the moment,
Definitely.
which is great. Good
Oh.
for me.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
yeah,
yeah. Good for you. You picked a
yeah,
good thing. Okay, so would you say like this program has good career prospects? I mean, I know like tech industry and everything, but
yeah.
according to you, like, would you say that it has good career prospects?
Yeah, definitely. Like I just mentioned, I think
Hmm.
London right now is like a booming
Yeah,
financial and a technical hub. And
definitely.
and you see technology like embedded everywhere.
Right,
Anything you do, going to the
definitely,
supermarket, there's so much
definitely,
of technology involved.
definitely. Yeah, yeah,
We're
yeah,
very dependent on technology, and
yeah.
I don't think there will ever be a time where I think you'll run out of tech jobs.
Definitely,
That's
100%.
what I'm foreseeing, but
Yeah,
we never know. But I
yeah.
think for now, in the foreseeable future,
Hmm.
I don't see people running out of tech jobs
Yeah,
because there will be a different kind of job in technology coming up every other day.
yeah.
Right now, we have AI and
Yes,
ChatGPT and
yes.
machine learning.
Hmm.
So now there's a different kind of engineering that's coming up, which is called
Yeah,
prompt engineering.
yeah.
So there are engineers who specifically their job is to write prompts
Oh
on
wow,
ChatGPT.
oh
So
wow.
all these types of different jobs will keep coming up
Coming
all
up,
the time.
definitely.
So I definitely think there is a huge career prospect to this,
Yeah.
and I would definitely encourage more women, especially
100%.
more
More
women in
women, more
STEM,
women. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
to take this up and to
Mm-hmm.
come up. And I think it is a lot more important for women to
Yeah,
look up to other
yeah,
role
yeah. A
models
100%, 100%.
and for sure talk to people who are already experienced in the industry,
Right,
who already have a lot of years of experience and
right,
who are in a senior position.
right.
I feel like it's very important to have a role model, to talk to them, to
Mm-hmm.
share your concerns, and maybe
Yeah,
ask them if they've gone through something similar,
definitely. Yeah,
if you're going through something. So I think, yeah,
yeah. You can
for
learn from
sure,
other people's
a
experiences
lot
as
of
well.
career prospects,
Yeah,
and specifically for women in STEM, I
yeah,
think
yeah.
there
A
are
lot of career prospects.
yeah, and
Yeah.
there are so many good programs coming up
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
specifically to encourage women. I think it's a
Definitely.
great time right now.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah,
if you guys are thinking about it, like now's your time.
exactly. Very exciting.
Yeah. Okay. So when someone says computer science, like what I often imagine is someone who sat in front of the laptop for like ages with glasses, and you
Yeah,
have like pimples all over your face because of, I don't know, radiation. Would you say that?
radiation.
Would you say that this is like true? Like, is it like just a misconception?
Definitely not a misconception.
Okay,
It is
it's
true.
not okay.
That it would be false if I said, "Oh no, we have a booming social life outside of our career."
Yeah,
It depends on I'm an extrovert, so
yeah,
I try
yeah,
to like still have social connections and
yeah,
hang out with friends.
yeah,
But then I feel like a lot of times it is definitely true that
yeah,
most of your time, even if you don't want it to, most of your time does end up getting restricted to just to just your
yeah,
desk.
yeah, yeah.
But I feel like it is so fascinating for me. Honestly, my favorite part about software engineering
Mm-hmm.
is you can literally sit on your desk and create a whole world. You can create a
Wow.
whole new product, you can create a whole new thing, like, and you can sit on your desk and you can have millions of users use it, which
Wow.
is crazy to me. Like, you can literally sit on your desk and have like the biggest reach
Wow.
ever. You can literally impact somebody's life, which is, they're probably like 2000 kilometers away from you, but you can still have such a huge impact on their
Mm-hmm.
lives.
Yeah.
Like YouTube.
Yeah, definitely.
YouTube being created somewhere in California in the
Wow.
Google office is impacting all of us right now.
Yeah.
You're probably watching this video on
On
YouTube.
YouTube. Yeah, you're
You're
watching this on
probably listening to
YouTube.
this podcast on
Yeah,
Spotify.
yeah.
So I feel like the impact is huge,
Huge.
even though we're
Definitely.
restricted to the desk.
Definitely.
So I feel like look at the bigger picture,
Like it's
look at the
worth it. It's
impact.
worth
It is
it.
definitely worth it.
Yeah.
Try, like, that is why I keep saying just code, keep creating products, keep creating projects,
Mm-hmm.
keep creating software, because it will definitely impact somebody or the other that you wouldn't have expected it to. So
Definitely. Yeah. That's very inspiring. I feel like I want to learn how to code now.
yeah,
I mean, like I've never done it, but
it's
it,
really
it
really
really,
cool.
yeah, it sounds really, really
It
fun.
is for
Yeah.
sure.
Okay, so what are some modules you have at Queen Mary? Like, would you say that they relate well with your program, like the
Mm-hmm.
modules you have?
Yeah, I think some of the modules we have are actually very, very relevant
Mm-hmm.
to the current tech industry and the current tech scenario.
Right,
We have a machine learning module.
right,
We have an artificial intelligence module.
right.
So, everything that is relevant to the current scenario. Like right
Yeah,
now, AI and machine learning are like the buzzwords.
yeah,
They're coming up so often, and
yeah,
we all rely so heavily on ChatGPT
yeah,
and on machine learning, even though
yeah,
we might not realize it, but we're very heavily dependent on machine
yeah,
learning right
yeah,
now.
yeah.
So I think the modules in Queen Mary are very well tailored to, um,
Your
yeah,
program,
to your program
yeah,
and to the current scenario
scenario as well.
in the industry. So yeah, for sure,
Yeah,
I really like it.
yeah. That's That's good actually because my program I couldn't say the same because we have like some programs that don't fit very well. So
Hmm.
it's really good that you have like modules that are
Yeah.
relevant to like going into your job and your career and everything like that.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah.
What would you say some fun things that you get to do at Queen Mary?
I think apart from the classes are definitely interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But apart from that, I think I really like the resources that they
Mm-hmm.
provide, the library.
Yeah.
And recently, I think we have the QM Social that's
Yeah,
opened up,
yeah, QM social,
like
yeah.
the cool new hangout spot. I
Yeah.
really like it. I love it
Uh-huh.
so much.
Uh-huh.
I'm there all the
All
time.
the
I
time.
love it.
Yeah.
And we have like a cute canal side place to just sit by and just
Yeah.
relax.
Yeah.
So I really like it. I think
Yeah.
I love Queen Mary. I love the university
Yeah.
atmosphere.
Yeah.
I love how it's always buzzing. There's something or the other always
Going on all the
happening.
time.
There
Yeah.
is no way you can get bored at Queen
100%.
Mary or at
Yeah.
London in
Yeah.
general.
Definitely.
There's no way
Definitely.
you
It's
can get
always
bored.
something to keep you occupied.
Exactly. There's always something happening.
Yeah.
And I'm like the prime example. I'm literally going to every society.
Yeah.
Relevant or not, I'm literally there like in every society's meeting. I'm just
Yeah.
trying to, meet as many people
People
as
as
I
you
can,
can. Yes.
get
Yes.
soak in all the energy of the
Yeah.
university life because
100%.
precisely I've worked for 2 years. So I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah. I want to make the most of it
Most
while
of
I'm
it.
here.
Yeah, definitely. I think you're doing a really good job with
Oh,
that as well. I
thank
mean, even though you're doing
you.
like computer science, and I'm
I
like, wow,
know.
how does she have the time? But you're still like
Yeah.
going out there and, doing everything you're supposed to be doing because you're here.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. So, what are some things that you didn't know about while doing your research? Like when you were doing your research about like university modules, like what are some things that like you didn't know about?
Um, with respect to like, I mean, I didn't understand the question. Like, do you mean with respect to like the university or?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, like when you were doing like your research, like obviously you looked up
Mm-hmm.
their website and everything. When you were doing your research, like what are some things you couldn't find and you only came to know after you came here, like after you started your
Okay,
program?
okay. I think maybe I think, like I mentioned, they give you like very detailed feedback.
Mm-hmm.
I think I did not know all these things,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I didn't know how. Honestly, how much of time would be given in
Right,
between
right.
each lecture
Yeah,
and each submission.
yeah,
And it's a good thing.
yeah,
It was a pleasant surprise. It
yeah.
wasn't something that was out of the
Like
blue for
yeah,
me.
like
It was a good
shocking. Yeah,
surprise.
yeah.
Yeah, that, oh, okay, they actually do care about whether the students have enough time
Enough
to
time. Yeah,
do a certain
yeah,
project or
yeah,
give a certain submission.
yeah,
So I think it's a good thing.
yeah,
And it was a positive surprise, a
yeah.
positive
Positive.
change.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it
So
was good.
nothing that like took you by
Nothing that took me by
surprise.
surprise. It was very good. And also, we got the chance to talk to some of our seniors.
Okay.
People had already
Oh
graduated.
wow. Okay.
So, on LinkedIn and everything, you can always
Connect and
connect with
everything.
them and just
Okay.
meet
Okay.
them, chat, connect with them,
Right.
chat up
Right.
with them,
Right.
have a video call or something.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
they're very helpful. They've
Yeah.
honestly been the sweetest.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping to do the same next year.
Yeah.
This
Some
year.
this year.
This
Yeah. Yeah.
year
Yeah.
when we
Yeah.
graduate.
Graduate.
Sorry,
Yeah.
forgot. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm hoping to do the same.
Same
But
thing.
so far, it's been great.
Yeah. Has there ever been a point in your life where you like question your decision of, my God, why did I do this? Why am I doing computer science? Has there ever been a moment in
Definitely.
your life?
A lot of times. If you're not questioning that, are you even a computer science student?
You're doing it
Are you
wrong.
even an adult?
You're doing it wrong
Honestly.
if you were not
Yeah.
questioning
Exactly.
it.
Are you even an adult if you're not questioning every decision that you've taken so far in your life?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
every adult does that
Does
for
that.
sure.
Yeah.
There's nobody who's taken computer science who's
Like
very
I'm
sure.
sure I
Yeah,
know
there's
I'm going.
nobody who does that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if they do, they're probably huge nerds who just like
Yeah.
who just
Yeah.
like sitting
Yeah.
in their rooms
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
probably I shouldn't be probably insulting them so much, but
Yeah.
Definitely. I
Yeah,
think computer science is such an intricate, like, it's so much more than just coding.
definitely.
And it involves a lot of people. Like, even though you might not realize it, but it
Yeah,
definitely involves
definitely.
thinking a lot about how your software will impact the people around you.
Definitely, yeah.
So I feel like for me, yeah, I'm an extrovert,
Yeah,
and I love making connections with people.
yeah.
And sometimes I do get frustrated because a lot of my time is spent in my, just using my
Yeah,
laptop
yeah, yeah, yeah.
in my room and
Yeah,
just doing
yeah.
my work, and I
Yeah.
don't like it.
Yeah.
But then I also think about the bigger picture. I think
Yeah.
thinking about the bigger picture helps.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
whenever I have those moments of
Yeah,
doubt
doubt
and
and
yeah,
everything.
this
Yeah,
thing,
you
but
like
think
think
about the
about what
bigger
you're
picture.
doing.
Yeah, think
Yeah.
about the end
The
goal.
global impact.
Yeah, think
Yeah,
about the end goal and think about why I even took computer science in the first place.
definitely. Yeah.
Always go back to your roots.
Yeah.
I think just going back to your roots, going back to why you even started it in the first place is very helpful.
Yeah.
It really
I think that's a
helps.
very good approach as well. Like
Yeah,
you're sitting there and freaking out and you're thinking about, okay, why did I take this in the first place? And
exactly.
then you find out your purpose.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
sometimes, even
Yeah.
while I was working, I was very tired. A lot of times, you're overworked. Like,
Definitely.
a
Definitely.
lot of times you're overworked, you're tired, you're mentally exhausted.
Yeah.
But then you always, it's a good and it's an enjoyable exhaustion.
Definitely.
I don't know how else to explain it, but
Yeah.
you enjoy it.
Yeah.
You're
It's
tired, but you
definitely you
you know
enjoy
that
it still. Yeah.
you've enjoyed
Yeah.
you're tired because you've enjoyed it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you're tired doing something you enjoy, and I think I really enjoy. I
All of this.
I really
Yeah.
appreciate it
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm tired, but I'm so lucky that I get to be tired by doing something that
Something
I
that you
enjoy,
really like. Yeah.
which
So
very
I think being
privileged.
passionate is actually something very
Yeah, yeah, for
integral when
sure.
you're doing a computer science
Exactly.
program or a profession.
Yeah,
So
and I
yeah.
think it's very important, like,
Yeah.
to actually be aware as to how, so whatever software or whatever code you write, it's very
Hmm.
important, and it's very helpful to see how your code is actually impacting the other person.
Definitely.
When you
Definitely.
see it in through your own eyes,
Yeah.
I think it makes everything that you do a lot more impactful. You do it with a lot of thought behind
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Whereas if you don't actually see the impact that you have, it becomes very difficult to,
Yeah.
you know,
Picture it.
yeah,
Yeah.
picture it, keep the
Yeah.
big picture in mind. So
Yeah.
just realize, like, I think just see how it is impacting
Yeah.
the end customer
Yeah.
or the end user.
Yeah.
I think that is very
Definitely. Look
important.
at the
Just
bigger
remember that.
picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's some really good advice. So I mean, I think you already told me, but if you were to like rate this program based on
Hmm.
difficulty, like how would you how would you put it on a scale? Like one being the easiest and 10 being the hardest.
I would say six.
Six.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
so
would say
it is
six.
fairly on the harder
It is
side.
fairly on the harder side.
Okay,
I wouldn't say it's very
it's very
easy.
easy, definitely.
Definitely not. It's exam season right now, and we're all
Definitely.
dying. But
Yeah,
yeah, I would say it's a six
it's a
on 10.
six.
It's a
Okay,
good
it's a good bad.
mix.
Okay,
Yeah,
six is not too bad, I think.
yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah. So, as a computer science student, what are three things you could never live without?
I think definitely my laptop.
Yeah,
I think,
obviously, yes, your
yeah, I
laptop.
think for every student, I
Yeah,
think my
your
laptop,
laptop, yes.
definitely my laptop, my phone which has my music, my playlist.
Definitely. Very important. Music.
Very, very
Music, very
important. My
important.
phone and my earphones.
Mm-hmm.
And coffee for sure. Can I
Coffee
say
for
four?
sure. Sure, of course.
Coffee is very important.
Yeah.
Coffee, earphones,
Caffeine
music,
is integral.
very integral. Coding
Yes.
and caffeine go hand in hand.
Good
Very
combination.
integral. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
They are the most integral combination ever.
Combination. Yeah.
And yeah, I think those are some things I cannot
Cannot
live
live
without.
without. Yeah. 100%. That's a very valid point. Okay. So, what is your go-to emergency snack during a intense coding session?
Hmm. I think I don't like having snacks when I'm coding because I need
Oh,
my
because it's
hands.
that
I
intense.
need to, yeah,
Yeah,
when
you'd be
there's an
like,
intense
yeah,
coding session,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
you
Like,
don't think
no,
of
no
eating.
thinking of no
But
snack time.
drinks, definitely, I think
Mm.
something warm. I love hot chocolate. Hot
Oh,
chocolate with a little bit of coffee in it, I think always
wow.
helps.
So no snack, but definitely a
Yeah,
drink.
no snack. You don't have time in the middle of
Yeah,
an
because
intense
of
coding
like,
session because you have to, like, eat, and
yeah,
then your
eat.
hands get dirty and your laptop will get
Oh
dirty. So you don't
wow,
think about eating when you're coding.
wow. That makes a lot of sense. I never
Yeah,
thought about it that way.
exactly.
Yeah, but no, that's cool. Fair enough. Okay. So what is like? This is very interesting. What is your sleep schedule like for a typical computer science student?
It is messed up for sure.
It's
If you find a computer science student without under eye,
Like,
without
without the
dark
bags.
eyes. Yeah, without
You're
bags
not
under
doing it
their
right.
eyes. For sure. Yeah, they're not doing it right. They're you can't have well
Yeah.
rested, well slept, happy computer science engineers for
It's
sure.
impossible.
It is impossible.
Yeah.
But no. I think definitely sleep schedule is definitely a little messed up, but
Yeah.
we're all working on it. We're all collectively trying to rest more.
Yeah.
It is definitely a little messed up.
Yeah. I mean, if you did have like exams, like how
Yeah.
is it still
If
as intense?
Um, no, actually, yeah. If you don't have exams, I think it should be okay. But
Mm-hmm.
during exams, and especially, we have something called hackathons.
Oh
So I don't know if you've heard of
yeah.
hackathons.
I mean, I've heard of it, but I'm not really sure how it
Yeah,
works.
hackathons are literally just like 36-hour sessions
Oh my
where you
goodness.
can't sleep.
Oh my
Like you
goodness.
just have to work on a project or like a particular like
Oh
they'll
wow.
give you a topic and you
Uh
just
huh.
have to work on
Uh
it for
huh.
36 hours.
Oh my
So
goodness.
it is intense for 24 for 36 direct hours, no sleep. For 48 hours, you don't sleep. You don't have a
Wow.
goal outside of this particular project for the next 36 hours.
That is
You don't have a
intense.
life for
Oh
the next
my
36
gosh.
hours.
Wow.
Yeah, forget sleeping, forget eating, forget going to sleep, forget meeting friends. Like for 36 hours, no life.
You're glued to that
Yeah, you're
chair.
glued to the screen because you have to intensively work on
Right,
that
right,
project
right. Yeah.
as a team. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's intense, but it's very enjoyable.
Makes a
I
lot
think
of
once
sense.
in a while hackathons are really really nice. They're
Yeah.
very cool. They're very fun.
Very fun.
Please try
Participate
it
in
out.
hackathon, guys.
Yeah, apart from the sleepless nights, they're fun.
It's worth it.
It is.
Um, okay, so what advice would you give to someone who would like to pursue the same program as you?
Get a lot of experience. Just go. I would say just first work on projects.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Go to
projects.
hackathons, like I
Yeah,
said.
yeah, definitely.
Go to a lot of hackathons, work on a lot of projects,
Yeah,
keep
yeah,
coding.
100%.
Even if nobody's seeing your code, even if nobody's using your software,
Yeah,
keep coding.
yeah, yeah,
Because the skills that you will build will be so helpful. You'll
definitely,
be so thankful for them in
definitely.
the
Yeah,
future
yeah,
because keep working on something or the other.
yeah.
I would
That's
say
yeah,
just keep coding.
yeah. That's some good
Yeah.
advice. What is one thing you wish you knew before deciding to do this program?
To do
Computer science, yeah.
computer science in general or
In Queen
in Queen
Mary,
Mary.
yeah.
One thing that I knew,
You wish you knew.
I wish I knew, would probably be time management.
Time
I think how to
management.
manage my time.
That's very good.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
how to
yeah.
manage my time well. I
100%.
feel like if I would have known how to manage my time well, I would have handled this semester a lot
A
better.
lot better. Yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah,
now that I've had experience, I know
yeah,
that the next semester I'll handle it a lot better.
yeah, yeah,
But yeah, before I think this experience, this first semester, that's what it taught me.
yeah.
I think just handling your time a lot
Handling your
better,
time. Yeah,
being
yeah.
more smart about handling your time.
Yeah, being more mindful about your time. Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
Especially for students who are coming from India, I think that's very
Yeah, yeah,
integral because like in India we're a little more easygoing. We take time to do things, so we're a little
mm-hmm.
more chill. But
Yeah,
here like punctuality is a thing. Like if they
yeah,
say this time, like you have to get it done at this time. There's like you can't explain or there's no getting out of it. So
exactly.
I think like yes, 100% time management
Yeah, time
is a
management is
very good
extremely
skill
important.
to have. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
irrespective of which profession you're in, I think time
Definitely
management
time
is very, very
management.
important.
Yeah.
Mm.
So that about wraps up today's interview. It was so
Oh,
fun having you.
it
So
was really
fun.
fun. I
It
didn't
was
realize how
like
quickly it went
yeah, it
by.
was such a nice chat. Like I want to code now. I will go and do some Java
Yeah,
after this.
C sharp.
C sharp. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much. So, but thank you so much, Yashasvi, for being
Thank you
on the
so much for having me. It
podcast.
was really, really
And thank you
fun.
guys. I mean, if you've gone this far, like good job. I hope you liked it. So maybe we'll have Yashasvi soon.
Yes.
See you guys. Bye
Bye.
bye.